Tonight's coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. But tonight we've got a preseason matchup as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
Your 2028 Dallas Cowboys.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Off the play fake, Prescott to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 2nd and 7.
Pick up a 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Prescott from the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 46. Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So they'll likely get a few more drives before we see the second team, but a good start for the first unit with 3 points.
Yeah, good start, and now they want to see them build on it because you're exactly right. They'll get a few more drives at this stage of the preseason. Can they continue to evolve and add to what we just saw in the first drive?
So here come the Ravens now ready to get the football for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm time when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on 1st down, fired by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
And he puts it on the carpet. It's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that become regular season. He's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm is going forward. Incomplete pass. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Ready? 60 vices.
They'll look to throw again. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. Here's 2nd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action.
60 Eagles. Ready?
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Now he'll tuck this and run. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. These offensive starters still out there in the 2nd quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, they might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this play comes to a hold at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
On fourth down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal.
From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will tie us at 3-3.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
They'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Prescott. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Throwing. Prescott. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The gain of 5. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens' 47-yard line.
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
Lamb's first catch of the game. Good for a first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
And again, it's Prescott. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 5.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Like that point.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Got a man and he hits him in stride.
And the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. The kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Williams going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
A touchdown run there from a yard out.
And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, running and catching. And he gets it done.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, More than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Ravens.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Now back to throw. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Back to throw again.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
2nd down and 4.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting 3 here before the break. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Let's go now.
They'll throw now on the final play. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Ravens have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Tyler Luke now for the extra point.
And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So we are deadlocked at the break here, and the EA Sports Halftime Report starts now. Here's Scott Hanson.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson here with an abridged version of the Halftime Report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. It's a tied football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there. 62 yards. And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Luke now for the extra point.
He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, you and I said in intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Prescott now. Very quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
He'll try and do this himself.
They find some open field here.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 9.
At their 49-yard line.
To throw is Prescott. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Here we go! Like that.
It's a keeper with Prescott. And he will have a Cowboys first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Off the option, here's Williams.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the 2nd half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the 3rd quarter like you would a regular season.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Ravens offense back out there. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. On play action, they'll throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. And quickly they get to the line.
And the Raven first down.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch. And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Pat the 60, pat the 60.
They'll look to throw here. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Donovan Ezeraku
Drops him for a loss of 10. And it's going to be 4th and long. Looking to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Arlington. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal.
Come on, come on. Hey, Cougar 19.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one up to around the 33.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
19, Tiger, 19.
This one out quickly to Watkins. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of throws like this in Columbus last year. He's got his guys a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a short gain down to about the 33. Second down and 8.
Brings up second and 8 at the 33-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. Here's second and 8. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 19. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. And they work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Second and 6. For Kittle here, it's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here's Ferguson. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
And he advantage here.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he was unable to make the play himself on second down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on third down?
They'll run here on 3rd and goal.
Partner, you get about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute, as the kick's away here. Dances by him. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out on the field. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines.
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Now remember now, no overtime here in the preseason, so in a tie game, this ought to be a fight to the finish. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game. A critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That can finish things off for them.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Here we go. 1st and goal.
Here we go. 70 Timberwolves. 18 Rattlers. Warriors 70. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Bronco 80. Ready,
2nd and 9 now. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time. Frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears, they get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we get to be here to watch this one.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
Bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw. This to possibly force OT.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. This to possibly force OT. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from AT&T Stadium.
On some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills, and I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know you.